What's going on, guys? This is Raymond Iron by McKinney. Today I want to talk about the way you see yourself, how you see yourself, and that your outer world is a direct reflection of how you see yourself. You're not your body, first of all. Your body is just a vehicle. You're just your subtle self in some. It would be called the subtle body. The subtle body, the perceptual body, or just the subtle body, where that's actually the the how this outer body moves. If we didn't have a subtle body, say if my subtle body wasn't right here, my outer self, it won't be moving like this. And also when it comes to your perceptual senses, like auditory, let's see, like auditory, for example, like you don't hear with your ears, you hear through them. How you hear things, like say if you hear something you don't want to hear, but then perception, you can use your perceptual hearing. Say if you hear someone saying something you don't like, you can actually rewrite that. You can imagine as if you hear something you ought to hear, like if they say something like you're stupid or something like that, but then you just rewrite that story. Imagine them saying you are well liked, and then say that. And this is practicing and exercising your perceptual senses. And when you do that for yourself, you're going to notice your outer world's going to inevitably respond relatively differently. And this is really how the law of assumption works. When what Neville Goddard's talking about, you're affecting your outer. You're always affecting your outer world through your perceptual senses. You're always using your perceptual senses consciously or unconsciously. Many people use it unconsciously, unfortunately, and don't realize that things seem to be happen at random when really they're assuming random occurrences are happening. When you're assuming in itself is the primary action of everything. What you assume to be true about yourself is going to reflect everything outward, or everything on the outside is going to reflect that inevitably. And I'm not saying I'm not perfect. It's like, don't get so locked into like, oh, I gotta assume this thing. It's like, and something. I just say, like, if you're assuming something so big that you want to conform in your life, it's like, well, this doesn't work. I'm assuming so hard. I've been trying as hard as I can, but here's the thing, guys. You're training yourself. We've been conditioned to live as if we have to make things so hard and have to grind just to see results. And really, we're training our inner faith. Things hoped for, the things not yet seen. The evidence of things hoped for, things not yet seen. And you're exercising that inner faith, your perceptual senses. And this is the mystery of how we can live a more thrifty life. And I'm still practicing these things, guys. I have days where I like, man, it's not easy to hold that faith. It seemingly doesn't seem that easy. But it gets easier as you practice to exercise your inner perceptual senses. And again, you're not your physical body. It's just a manifestation of what's really going on within yourself. Your inner being. You can will yourself to practice these. You can heal yourself from any kind of sickness, or. And I'm not saying I'm no professional licensed expert. I'm not saying that. It's as a heads up. I'm not trying to I'm speaking from a just from experience, from just kind of a more experienced point of view. Um, so yes, so if we deliberately practice our inner perceptual senses, how we want to see things, or having inner conversations with ourselves, you'll notice that your confidence will start to become more easily developed. I know we're still in a world, like, even though this is too sounds like it's too good to be true, there's going to be people that are skeptical about this stuff. I get that. And that's a game. I believe that's how the game of life is meant to be. We're in a world of dualistic beliefs. As long as we're in the 3D world with dualistic beliefs, there's going to be skeptics, but those are only reflections of just some inner doubts you have. That's all it is. So it's okay to run into skeptics saying, this stuff doesn't work. That's their assumption. Bless them anyway. Work on you. Practice exercising your imagination in a deliberate manner. And watch your life flourish. If more people practice this together, I'm not talking cult-like or anything. I'm talking about people thinking for themselves too. I believe we can heal this world, and just like, man, create a garden, or restore the Garden of Eden, or the Garden of Eden. I'm talking symbolically too. Everything talked about in the Bible, it's symbolic to us. We are the symbolic characters, and it's a story about us, that we are all the collective gods and goddesses. That Jesus is a metaphor for searching for meaning, and then God is the answer within Jesus Christ. Or I'm not trying to talk all religious and stuff, but I'm trying to talk symbolically speaking. Jesus Christ is within you. That the power is within you, just like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. The power was within her all along. So don't give up your power. Reclaim your power and test this power for yourself. It's not enough to just say, I'm God or I'm goddess. Assume the person you are on a regular basis. Practice this as often as you can. Preferably every day, but yeah, get into that feeling. What would it feel like to be that person? It may not feel natural at first, but the more you practice it, the more natural it will become. And you'll see your outer world reflect that inner world. Everything on the outside, guys, is just a direct reflection of what's going on within yourself, within your subconscious mind. Whatever you plan in your conscious mind regularly will inevitably express on the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind projects outward, reflecting back to us. That's how I see this whole game of life. Again, I still have resistances to things, but I'm still practicing kind of gaining that, reclaiming, or just living a life of thriftiness. So I'm just getting this message out here just to help people, to show that you don't have to live as a victim to your reality. Empower yourself. Surround yourself with like-minded people and help you along the way. We are a community, guys. We are a community. And we think for ourselves. This is not cult-like stuff. We're thinking for ourselves, sharing our experiences with each other. So I bless you all, and I hope this video helps. I bless you all, and happy manifesting.